In this lecture, I would like to show you how can you find someone's name origin. There are names that are specific to certain regions or countries which can provide clues about a person's geographic origin or location. Now, if you found the person's geographic origin, let's say that the name John Smith is commonly used in the United States. That does not mean that this person is living in the United States right now, but it only gives you an idea that this person is from United States or his parents were from United States and he might or might not be living in the United States right now. There are many cases in which you only have a first and last name, and finding the person's name origin might help you to narrow down your search. So the first website that I would like to show you is called familysearch.org. You'll find the link in the resources of this lecture. All you have to do is to specify the first and last name. Now, before we use this website, I would like to tell you that this website has a database of US citizens. So if you were to search for someone who lives in Turkey, you might not be able to find him on this website. And let me show you an example. For now, I'm just going to search for Rishi Kabra. So I'm going to say that the first name is Rishi and the last name is Kabra. And then I'm going to say search. And as you can see, we've got a search result of someone called Rishi Kabra. And the source is from a US public records that are from 1970 to 2009. We can see where this person lived and his date of birth. Now, we already know that Rishi Kabra that we are looking for is not from the United States and he's not a US citizen. But if you go to last name information, you are going to see some guesses. So let me scroll down. We can see that the name Kabra is most likely found in India, Hungary, and Germany. And this information based on the database that Family Tree has. So it has 3 people that are from India with the name Kabra, and 2 from Hungary, and 2 from Germany. So I always like to use more than one website to make sure that the information that I found on the first website are accurate. So the second website that I like to use, which I think is more accurate than Family Tree, is called Names.org. So I'm just going to add the first and last name and then say analyze name, and then I will solve the CAPTCHA. So as you can see, this name is coming from Asia and it is probably from India. We can see 76% probability. And we can also see an alternative country. So if he wasn't from India, then he might be from Sri Lanka. So you want to keep this in mind. I can also scroll down and see in which countries this name could be. So we can see that the first option in India, the second one is Sri Lanka, etc. And we can also see here the probability. So if he wasn't from India, then he has to be from Sri Lanka. And I think that this website is more accurate than the previous one because it also shows you some alternative countries. We can see that we didn't find Germany or Hungary in search results. So the next time you want to search for a name and then you have identified that this name is coming from India, for example, you can use the method that I've talked about in the previous lecture. You can put the name in 2 quotation marks and then say India. And this will search for the name Rishi Kabra and the search term India, which will show us fewer search results. So in this lecture, you have learned how can you identify where the name is commonly used and use this information to narrow down search results when you are searching for the person on search engines.